Hi, guys. This is Elizabeth Dearman, L Dog, and this is my vlog, Life with Nystagmus. And yeah, it has been an interesting. It's been a while since I've been on. I know, folks. It's been quite a long time, and I'm really sorry about that. I have my emotional support animal today. I'll let you guys see him. His name is Silas. He's my guinea pig. He's such a cutie pie. He's a big snuggler. He likes to snuggle. Yeah, he's a hoot. He's a hoot. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about a little bit more about my journey. And again, I'm sorry that it's been so long since I've been on. Um, well, let me go put the guinea pig away and I'll be right back. He's being a little chatty Cathy. All right, bud. There you go. Get the cage. There you go. All right. Now that we got the Kraken put away, aka guinea pig put away, um, I just I have kind of been things have been good. Things have been going pretty good for me. Um, and like one of my friends last night, this is something kind of cool, woman to woman. It was kind of neat. Um, I asked her to pray with me at church, and she said, "Absolutely, I'll pray with you." And she said that because I was asking the Lord for healing of my nystagmus that I've had since I was born. I've had it from birth. And she said, "Elizabeth, that's not a birth defect. That just makes you that much more special and unique, is what it does." And I was like, mind blown. I was like, "Wow, girl, you're right. That's absolutely correct. Yes, mind blown, you know? I never thought of it that way. I just think it's really cool." So, and I hope you guys will be inspired by it as well. Yeah, I just, yeah. So that was really cool last night at church. And, yeah, Lord's been doing some pretty cool stuff in my life as of late. And last night I got the chance to dance at church, and that was pretty cool. I haven't been able to dance in forever. And I mean, like, I was spinning around in circles for one of the songs. Like, whenever we get to a certain part, I'd spin around in a full circle. And everybody was like, "Whoa, Elizabeth, look at you go." It was amazing. It was so freeing to be able to dance. And okay, so now, all right. So basically, I'll share with you guys about my journey with nystagmus and a little bit of my personal story here. Um, I was I was born and raised in Alabama, and deep Southern roots run through my blood still, even though I'm in Minnesota and have been up here for um, I had to think about that. 20 years. Yes, it has been about 20 years that I've been in Minnesota. Um, anyways, I so I was born and raised in Alabama, first 10 years of my life. Um, there was when I was born, I was born with a nystagmus where my eyes start back and forth across the room involuntarily. It involves your eye muscles that makes your eyes move that way. And you can't control it. There's nothing you can do. You just have what they call dancing eyes. So I was brought up in a very Christian home, in a very good Southern Baptist Christian home. My whole family is Southern Baptist. And I had a sister. Her name was Tabitha. And tell you a little bit about her a little later. Tabitha was about 16, maybe a little bit more months older than me. And so I would go over to her house sometimes and visit her and my birth father. And those days, I don't really like to think or linger on very much because there was a lot of abuse that happened there in that house. A lot of abuse. It's just, yeah. Sometimes it comes back and bites me in the butt and just haunts me. It's just, yeah. Anyways, when I was in elementary school, down in Alabama, the teachers basically did nothing with me the entire day. They thought I was mentally stupid, slow, and low functioning, never going to become anything or amount to anything in life. And they basically told me that every single day in school. It was crap. It was bad. It was really bad. Well, then me and my mom got to the point where we were going to be homeless. So my aunt decided to take us in up here in Minnesota. So we moved up to Minnesota. And I've been up here for the last 20 years. I was about 10 when I moved up here. I'm 30 now, so that tells you. Yeah. And then I started going to one of the elementary schools here, and I made a very good friend. Her name was Tony, and she was just the most kind, compassionate, soft-spoken person I've ever met. I've never had a best friend as good as her. I mean, geez. It's hard to compare because the rest of the class thought I was the odd one out and the weird one because I had a Southern accent, and they thought that was really strange. They'd never heard anything like that before, so they thought it was really strange. We were in the 4th grade. But one day Tony stood up to them and she befriended me, and she got the whole class to change their minds. And pretty soon I had a couple more friends in the class. And I was like, whoa, I want to be like this girl. I was like, I want to be like Tony. Jeez, man. That's crazy. Well then, me and my mom got our own place, got our own apartment here in Minnesota. And okay. I was in about the 6th grade. I remember I believe it was the 6th grade. It was May of 2003 when we got a visit from the police department at our apartment door. And we came to find out that my sister had passed away. Mm-hmm. She was down in Alabama living with our birth father, and a tree got loosened by some bad torrential wind and rain and fell right on top of her. She was crushed from the impact. I don't know. I still struggle with that. Like almost daily. Like how come she's such a stranger to me that I never really got the chance to know her. It's just kind of a one of those things. One of those things. But anyways, and then I shortly after that, things started to go downhill when I turned about 15 or 16 years old. I started self-harming and became very suicidal and was attempting to end my life a bunch of times. More times than I can count on two hands, probably. Yeah. And one of the times I ended up with tachycardia, which is, those of you who don't know, that's a fast heartbeat, but the rhythm is normal, but the beats are fast and they go up and then they go down. They go fast and they go slow. Then they go normal and then back up to fast, depending. That's what that is. So because of one of my incidences with a suicide attempt, I ended up with tachycardia, and I still have it to this day. And I'm not proud of it. In fact, most of the time it makes me sad to think that I even went there and even did something like that. It just makes me really, really sad. It does. Okay. Well then, after a bunch of attempts and self-injurious behaviors, my mom had to give me up and I had to go into foster care. That was really tough for her. A tough choice. I know it was. I know that was super tough for her. To see me struggling like that. Well then in the middle of my sophomore year, I was at the height of my game. I was on the top of my game in high school. I was in Choir Layers and absolutely loved it. Choir Layers is the all-girls, most prestigious choir in our school. You have to audition to be in it. And you have to literally buy a fancy dress to match everybody else. So you look exactly like everybody else. It's crazy. We spent we had to fundraise hundreds of dollars just to get the clothes and things that I needed for the concerts. It was crazy. And okay, so I was bullied at Central, where I went to high school, and I decided to. I was still self-injuring, and they decided to put me in Northwoods. So I was there, and I was in their school for quite some time. And I decided to stay and graduate. So I graduated after completing my senior year in 2009. I graduated from high school at Northwoods. where I would go to school there during the day and go home at night, also known as the foster home at night. Well, then I only got a certificate of completion. So basically, I got all my grades good. I got all my grades done, but I still needed to have some level of independence. So I decided to go to a place, an older school, where we learned how to like have a job, keep a job, stuff like that to help us in everyday life. So we weren't doing like math or science or English. No, we were out in the community, busy and gaining independence and learning different things. And I really wish they would do that for all the high schools. I really wish they would, because that would be so awesome for all the special ed kids to be able to gain independence and learn how to function in today's society. I think that'd be phenomenal. But sadly, I don't think that's coming to fruition yet. Sadly. Anyways, I graduated in 2010 from there. And shortly after my graduation, I had a grad party out at the beach here in Minnesota. And I invited my friend Tony from elementary school. And I hadn't seen her since I had left Central to go to Northwoods. And she came to my grad party, and that was wonderful. But that was the last time I was able to tell her I loved her. Last time I was able to say anything to her. Last time I saw her, like in her full self mode. Later, like 2 weeks to a month later, it was still in June. It was July. That's right, it was July. Yeah, it was July. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. July. She passed away from a grand mal seizure and was in the hospital in the ICU, and then they brought her down to the hospice floor. That's what I was thinking of, hospice. The hospice floor. And she passed away. They had to pull the life support on her because her parents just couldn't take it. They just couldn't bear seeing their only daughter like that. And shortly after I left the hospital that day, like not even 10 minutes later, I got a call from one of me and Tony's good friends. And she said, Tony's gone. She passed. And I was like, oh, my heart. I was so like beside myself at that point. And that was really tough for me. Well, then I went into another group home and a couple more foster homes and another group home that I'm in now. If anything that I've learned in my lifetime, I would say I've learned that perseverance is a strength. And it's something that most people don't possess. But when you do, that's a special, rare gem trait to have. It really, truly is. Okay? It really, truly is. Because it's like, wow. You just have no idea how much, I have no idea anyway, how much influence I have on the younger generation and on adults and everybody in my life. Like, there'd be a big hole if I was gone. So I'm really glad that I'm still here. I'm really, really super glad I'm still here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's about all I have today. So I'll let you guys go. Thanks for listening to my story, and I'll try to be on a little bit more often. Okay. Take care, guys. Bye.